Stevie had many ways of showing you that he had not only talent, but he had the feel for playing blues. On his hands, his look seemed to be flawless, the way he moved with it. When I play sort of like talking, you know, syllables, you say a sentence here, a sentence there, and, you know, then I got to stop and think for something else to keep my conversation going. But his didn't seem to be that at all. It was fluent. He flowed when he played. He could get something going, and it was like a song, and it would just go on, and ideas continuously flowed. I don't have that. And there's not a lot of people that I hear that do have it.
If I was a little girl, I'd have my little dress about long here now. That's about as good as I've ever heard it.
That's a big time.
I mean,
I'm taking your silverware. He's like,
you
all right.
keep that up, I'm gonna get up and go. You keep it up, I'm gonna get up and walk out of it.
I got a sweet little angel.
All right.
All along the way, she spread her wings for me.
But then there was a Texan, and
Gatemouth Brown?
well, believe it or not, Gatemouth, I think, is a terrific guitarist. Terrific guitarist, and one of the best showmen in the world. Terrific guitarist, but a showman.
That's like your show.
Well, I first met him at Tom Couch's place in Mobile.
In Mobile, yeah.
And
Wow.
guess what he was doing? He was in the rhythm section for Little Richard.
Yeah.
That's how I first met him.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't care too much about blues because Little Richard was so electrifying.
Yeah.
Boy, when he got through, everybody's getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
But we had intermission, kind of like he was saying, you know, for us on the road, it was you played 30 and you're off.
Right.
The union thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Jimmy was quiet when I met him. When I saw him, he didn't drink. He didn't drink or smoke or anything. And I wasn't drinking that much then. So we go in the dressing room and we just sit in there. You know, like two stools in there. So finally he says, BB, I've been listening to you for a while. Mm-hmm. And I said, really? Mm-hmm. And then he told me his name. But I noticed he was left-handed. He didn't play like we do.
Yeah.
He's left-handed. Play this. No. Yeah, this way. Mm-hmm. And so I was asking him, why didn't you change the strings?
Yeah.
You know. And he said, well, this is just the way I learned. And that's how I met Jimmy. Mm-hmm. And he was a very nice, I thought he was,
yes,
very
he
nice
was.
person, very nice. And I heard no more from him until after he had gone to England. And that's when I started hearing Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And so who it was, and yeah, I knew him.
Yeah.
You know, but I never did get a chance to speak to him again.
Charlie Christian?
Charlie Christian, yes, and also Django Reinhardt.
Oh, yeah.
As I mentioned, well, Django and Charlie Christian both were jazz guitarists, not singers. So I love them, still
They
love
broke
them.
new ground
Yes.
those days.
A friend of mine, he and I was in service at the same time, but he was shipped overseas, and he heard of this place called the Hot Club of France. Went there, and he heard this guitarist called Django Reinhardt. It was said that it was a French gypsy. But anyway, my friend knew I liked guitar, so he sent me some records of this guy. I fell in love with him, jazz guitarist. And then finally I heard of a guy called T-Bone Walker. Those was the people that really made me want to play, because I had a cousin that was the only person that made popularity in my family, I guess, was called Booker White. I liked Booker. I loved his playing, but I never wanted to play like him, with the exception of using the slide. If I could have used the slide, I would have liked that. But he taught me so many other things. As being a person, as a man, he used to tell me that if you a blues musician, always dress like you go into the bank to try to borrow some money. That is, try to dress smartly. Those were the people that really made me want to play. But people that did influence me before them was like T-Bone Walker, which I think was the guitarist that played blues on electric guitar, single string, that nobody has been able to capture even today, right, many years after he passed. But then,
ladies and gentlemen, I've been interviewed quite often, and a lot of times people ask me about a lot of the young players. Well, compared to me, Eric is very young. Compared to me, Robert is very, very young, and so is Jimmy Vaughan. But I'd like to say that the first CD I made, before a lot of your parents was born, Eric Clapton had been working here in the States for a long time, and he knew about it that night. I don't know who told him, but he flew all the way to California. You can bring it up a little bit. He flew all the way to California to be with me and a lot of other people to make my first CD. Not only did he do that, he's done so many things for a lot of us, including this guy. So I'd like you to know, I'm gonna shut up in a minute, but I'd like you to know that I've been around the world. I've played 90 different countries around the world, and I've met many people, kings and queens, but I've never met a better man, a more gracious man than my friend. I like to call him my friend, Eric Clapton.